Good morning, YouTube. So I finally finished testing my first 4 battery packs and getting them matched in capacity. So I used the iCharger 1010B Plus, and then I have my packs number 1, 2, 3, and 4 there on the bottom. And it took me about 5 iterations. I think it took 3 cycles on pack number 1 here to get it matched, and then it took about 2 cycles on pack number 3. I'll show you that, and then also I'll show at the same time that I'm testing packs 1, 2, 3, and 4 individually. I'm using this meter here as well as the power input monitoring to check how packs 5, 7, 8, and 10, which are on the bottom, how they are tracking each other voltage-wise. And I'll show you the results of that as well. So let's go take a look at the computer screen here. Okay, here we are on my capacity tracking spreadsheet. So again, I've been working with packs 1, 2, 3, and 4 down there. And again, these capacity numbers were generated at approximately 4.1 volts per cell. They were also tested on 3 different battery chargers. All the testing over here is done at 4 volts per cell, and also done with 10 pair or 20 individual cells in parallel. So what I picked was a target range of 32.5 up to 33 amp hours. Based on that, pack 2 was already in that range, 32.7, as well pack 4, 32.8. So all I had to do was bring packs 1 and 3 down into that range. I started with pack number 1. I pulled out a 4600 milliamp hour pair, and I replaced it, I think, with this 3500 milliamp hour pair, and that should bring a 33.5 down someplace into the 32.5 range. This is my adjustment number 1. After swapping 1 cell, I ended up with 32.336 milliamp hours. So that was a little bit low. So what I did then, I took one of these 3500s and I replaced it with a 3800 that I had, try to bring it up a little bit. And on adjustment number 2, that 400 milliamp hour swap netted me about 1700 milliamp hour increase, which was way too high. So then I swapped out the 3800 for a different 3400 milliamp hour pair, and that brought me down to 32,950, which is within my range of 32.5 to 33. And then on pack number 3 here, I swapped out, I think, a 4500, and I swapped it out for a 3500, and that brought me from 33.6 to 33.0. So I then swapped out another 3400 or 3500 for a 3800. And then that brought me down to 32.7, and I was basically using cells that came out of my tested group of cells. And you can see down here where I picked up this 3499, a 3467, and then in pack number 3 I picked up a 3450 and a 3406. So what I've done out of that is I've used 4 of my lower capacity cells that I didn't select. I stopped picking cells right here at 3601, but I used 4 cells that were below my cutoff. And then if we go up here, you'll see here I gained 4 cells of higher capacity. I gained a 4600, there's a 4339, and a 3995. So I've actually gained 4 high capacity cells, and I've used 4 lower capacity cells. So the next thing I need to do
is pull packs 1, 2, 3, and 4 out of the power shelf and then put them into my final battery holder packs. And then, let's see, one other thing, I'm powering my iCharger off of packs 5, 7, 8, and 10, which are all within about 800 milliamp hours of each other. And so what I've been doing is monitoring that voltage, and I had this cut off overnight on me. I was doing a 3 amp charge. It just started tapering off, but you can see in blue, this is the 4S pack, and we came down to about 12.6 volts before the BMS shut off. And the BMS shuts off if any one of the 4 groups of cells get below 2.5 volts under load. But that's pretty promising because I got down, like I say, to 12.6 volts. Before I had matched those packs, I was shutting off up here like in a 13.5 volt range. So by matching the packs within 800 milliamp hours, I'm getting much closer to the 12 volt cutoff, which is 3 volts per cell. And that's where the iCharger would shut off. So the BMS cut me off, but I didn't lose much capacity there. That tells me I'm on the right track here. These 4 packs here go from 32.5 up to 33.27. So that's just under 800 milliamp hours variation across those 4 packs. And they follow pretty well. And in fact, let's look here at my tracking data. So this is the voltage tracking of those 4 packs. And you can see they've done pretty good. Series number 2 here in orange is definitely the weakest pack. It's the lowest capacity. Here's the last 5 cycles when I was doing the 5 capacity matching runs on those packs. But anyway, that looks pretty good. So let me show you the final battery holders. I've showed you these before, and I need to kind of finalize what I'm going to do with those.